Hey everyone, so in this video I want to go over enrollment periods, and if you don't know who I am, my name is Brian Monahan. My phone number is on the screen. A lot of people who have called in have asked me to leave my phone number on the screen longer because they weren't able to write it down. So I'm going to leave it up there a little bit longer so that people can call in and ask me questions. But in this video I want to go over some different enrollment periods. The one enrollment period I'm going to leave out is your initial enrollment period when you're either turning 65 or you're going on to Medicare for the first time, no matter what age. The reason being is I have videos for that, and I'll leave them in the description box with a link. Or you can go to my channel page and watch those videos. They're very in depth, and I'm not going to go into it in this video. But for this video, we just finished the open enrollment period, which is October 15th through December 7th. And I got a lot of phone calls this year around December 5th, December 6th, where people were panicking and they wanted to get into a Medigap plan, Medicare supplement plan, and get out of a Medicare Advantage plan, and they thought that they missed the deadline. And what I told them was, I don't want to put you in now because it's at the end of the enrollment period and I don't think the paperwork is going to go through, or you're not going to be able to cancel your other plan in time. So let's just wait until January, and I'll explain that enrollment period after I explain the open enrollment period. So for the open enrollment period, this is where all the TV commercials are on. You see the actors and football players and so forth. It's from October 15th through December 7th. And this is when you're allowed to join or switch your plan, whether you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, your prescription drug plan, and so forth. This comes from a book that I just wrote. So what you're seeing on the screen is actually, and I'll go up to the top here. This is the 24th page. But this is a book that I wrote called Medicare Without Confusion. And there'll be another link in the description box where you can get this book on PDF for free. It's only 38 pages. It has a lot of pictures and graphs and so forth. So in all actuality, it's about 20 pages. But I tried to condense Medicare into this small book so that people could read this. It might take an hour or 2 hours, and then they'll understand Medicare a lot better, as well as watch my videos and so forth. So I'm going to read some things from this book that I just wrote, and I'll have that link in the description box. So let's go back to page 24 in the book. So the open enrollment period, October 15th through December 7th. This allows a Medicare Advantage enrollee to either switch to original Medicare, which will be your A and B card, plus a Medigap plan, and add a prescription drug plan, or switch from a Medicare Advantage plan to another Medicare Advantage plan. You can also, if you're on an original Medicare with a gap plan, I call it a Medigap plan, some people call it a Medicare supplement plan, it's the same thing. You can change your drug plan during this time period. So this is very important to people. A lot of people want to change their drug plan. So my advice to you is, if you're on a Medigap plan, I would switch that. You can switch that plan 365 days a year. So I wouldn't do it during this time. I would just switch my drug plan, and then January, March, June, whatever it may be, then switch your Medigap plan. But if you're on a Medicare Advantage plan and you want to switch to another one, this is a great time to do it. Or if you're on a Medicare Advantage and you want to go back to original Medicare and get a Medigap plan plus a Part D prescription drug plan, this is when you'll want to do it. So your coverage, when you sign up for this during October 15th through December 7th, your coverage will begin on January 1st, as long as the plan gets requested by December 7th. But here's the thing. A lot of people called me and I said, look, let's hold off until January and let me get into this enrollment period on the next page. So this is called the Medicare Advantage open enrollment period. And this is from January 1st through March 31st. A lot of people that think they missed the enrollment period, they think it's over until next October. It's not. Take a look at this. During this period, this allows individuals enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan a one-time option to go either into a different Medicare Advantage plan or original Medicare with a gap plan and a prescription drug plan. So this is basically almost like the same thing is October 15th through December 7th. Almost. If you have original Medicare only, you cannot use this time period, January 1st through March 31st, the open enrollment period, to select a Medicare Advantage plan. So that's one thing that you cannot do during this time period. For most of the people that called me, they want to get out of their Medicare Advantage plan and get into a Medigap plan with a prescription drug plan, a separate PDP. And they can do this during this time period. So you have 3 months besides that time period from October through December. The next one I want to go over is the special enrollment periods. Now, you get special enrollment periods for different things, and I'll get into that. But let me just read this. You may be able to join, switch, or drop a Medicare Advantage or a Medigap plan plus a Part D prescription drug plan outside the basic enrollment periods in certain situations, for example. And here's 3 situations. You left coverage from an employer or union, and let's say you were employed, it's March or it's June or whatever, and you want to leave and go into Medicare. They were paying for your Medicare plan or whatever it may be. You can switch during any time. You'll get a special enrollment period. You need extra help paying for prescription drugs. If you have to apply for this, and if you get extra help paying for your prescription drug plan, you're able to switch these plans, whether it be to drop a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medigap plan or a prescription drug plan. You're able to do this during special enrollment periods. And I had a client that did this not too long ago. They moved to an address that is not in your plan's service area. So whether it be a Medigap plan or a Medicare Advantage plan, I think they were on a Medicare Advantage plan and went to a GAP plan. But in any case, they were allowed to get into a special enrollment period and switch their plan when it was not during one of those enrollment periods. So once again, if you want to watch videos on your initial enrollment period, which is very serious, 3 months before your 65th birthday, the month of your 65th birthday, and 3 months after that, I have a video on that. And I also have a video that's very specific for people that are coming off their employer's plan and getting on Medicare for the first time. You could be 65, you could be 68, really 67, whatever age you are, and you're retiring. It's not the same thing as turning 65. It's a whole nother process. There's a couple of forms that you need to have filled out, signed by your employer and so forth. And I have a video specifically for that. It's very, very important. It should be done about 4 months prior to you retiring or leaving your employer. So watch that video. I'll have that link in the description box also. For this book, I'll have the link where you can sign up and get the free PDF for this. I think everyone should get this. I wrote this basically in layman's terms because that's how I speak, and I wanted people to understand Medicare. Even though I've been doing this a long time, you tend to get rid of all those terms that are unnecessary and all the jargon and just really boil it down to its core of Medicare. And that's what I tried to do with this book. So thanks for watching this video. I hope it helped. Leave a comment, and I'll see you at the next one.